Hello. Is it Monday? I think it's Monday. It is Monday. Go me. It is, yes. Yep. So, here we are, back in the ICU, now the headquarters, and I'm actually not much further forward, which is a bit disappointing. But I'm getting there. Slowly. Oh, I found the knife. I've spent the last 10 minutes looking for my wee knife, and here it is. Here it is. So, I don't think we've got much mail today, which probably means it's sitting somewhere, because I was sure I brought mail in, and it's not here. But you know what? I'll find it for tomorrow. We've got a desk organised to come down here. The computer is in. Can I remember a password? Absolutely not. Have I changed 3 passwords so far? Yes. I did that Sunday. Can I remember them today? No. Did I write them down? I sent a text with one of them. Go me. Yeah. And now, unfortunately, it's not just my passwords I can't remember, but I can't remember Carlene's either. And if I ask Carlene, she'll not remember them, because between us, neither of us have any good recall of passwords. And don't you start with me. No, we've had words already. I know, I do love you. But not that much, because you're going to knock out my whole system. No! See? No, not today, Penny. I've had it. But there is a secret sort of like notebook going round of Carlene's with all the passwords in it. And I had that as well. And I can't actually find it at the moment. It too will appear, because Janine found something else, and I can't remember for the life of it what it was she was looking for that she found, which was very, very fortunate. But it was something that we were really looking for, and she found it, so that was great. And just to let you know, it's not Building 25 that was taken apart at the weekend. It was the meat shack. And the meat shack was, it used to house the enormous walk-in freezer. Now, the walk-in freezer wasn't, it was left, basically. It wasn't ours. Janine and I started clearing it out because, for want of a better word, there was liquefied meat in it. We cleaned it out during the week, and then, you know, we just weren't sure what we were going to do with it. We also, unfortunately, disturbed a whole little household of mice, which we relocated outside as a group, so they can go and regroup somewhere else. And yeah, then no, that's not a rag, that's her fluffy. It's a whole great big fluffy she has. It's actually very sweet. Let me see if I can do this. Look, she's actually lying. She lies and holds it. Isn't that sweet? She's going to move if I keep going for it. There, it was her fluffy she brought. See, she's giving it a cuddle. He's not got anything though. Right, okay, onwards and upwards. So, we were very fortunate in that we had a phenomenal group of people, a whole team I might say, come in and remove it. It was extremely heavy, extremely cumbersome, and they managed to get it out, and then they came back later that afternoon and they tidied up the whole group of, the whole group came back to tidy up all of the mess that had been left, so that was very kind of them, and we greatly appreciate that. On Saturday we were so lucky because Jeff thought that even though this is Jeff, Pam's partner, and Pam is on our board, and he thought that he could probably very slowly just work away at a hole, so that we could bury Irie. Obviously the weather wasn't the most conducive, but he did a phenomenal job. He got a really deep hole, which was wonderful. He's a very thorough worker, and hello. and we managed to lay Irie to rest on the farm in the graveyard field, actually. So yeah, so that was a tremendous relief, and rather a long time coming, but unfortunately you can't predict the weather, you can't predict things happening, so I'm very pleased that she's been laid to rest on the farm. So that was super, and we very much appreciate Jeff coming in to do that. Wallace gave us a hand, and Pam and I supervised. Yes, I held the hammer. I'm not sure why we had a hammer, but I held it, so I felt a really good participant in that activity. So that was good, and it has just been go 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 all weekend, and then we've had people down, I think, as you've probably seen, every day, coming in and working with the donkeys, helping out on the farm. Janine spent today putting polyurethane over the wood stain that's in the creative corner. There's shelving in there now, and it's just, it's moving along quickly. It's excuse me a sec, I'll flick that up. It's moving along quickly. It's just constant, it's a tremendous amount of work, but everybody's very motivated and moving forward, so that's super. Now, you have to ask me questions, and I have to work out how to read the questions while I'm like this. I'm going to do this, and then I'll flick back the questions, because I'm hoping Nick will come down. Now, Lisa sent in for the rabbits. She sent in some treats for their digestive health, which will be very much appreciated. There was also in here, these came through today, these are pea flakes for them as well. And alongside that, there is a very big bag of sprouted grains that are in pellet form, and those are for Arthur and Wilbur, and probably Woody, actually, just to keep themselves ticking over, and that's something that will be very nutritious for them and very helpful in keeping their body beautiful. Right, so thank you so very much for that, Lisa. We also have here, now, don't ask me where these appeared from, because I think these have been in conversation. These are a gift, and I don't have, it's there. This is for me. Enjoy your gift. See where you're going and stay warm. This is from Jeannie. Thank you, Jeannie. Oh, I've got a green hat. That's good, because that means we've all got different colours. Thank you so very much. That's much appreciated and much needed. Right, I'm going to pop that box over there. Then this is another one. Oh, golly. This is the most bizarre box, right? Nothing in here, nothing in here, nothing in here. It's from Amazon. Nothing in here, here, or here. 'Tis a mystery box. Ugh, maybe I shouldn't open it. It is a mystery box because it's not opening. Oh, good grief. Oh, goodness. Ooh. Oh. Oh, ho, ho. Now, Ritz cheese crackers. I know who likes those, and she'll be home soon. That's perfect. Thank you very much. I think that might be from Fugan. Thank you, Fugan. Now, I'm going to pop that over there. Pop my cheese crackers up here, because there's a system to the madness. And here's another one for Goldie's Farm. 'Tis us. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Honestly, and no, I don't have my tripod today, you may have noticed, because I think Nick took it away from me to charge, because I hadn't charged it in a week. That's another thing I'm not very good at, charging things. I totally forget. And I can never find the cables. It's another problem. But we'll have to start focusing on the positive. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my. Ooh. Thank you. Way. That's probably just what we need down here. And another. I wonder who this is from. Now, do you know, these Chessman cookies, everybody eats them because they were up in the house and Mary said, these are great. And I said, yes, they're very handy because you can take them out with you. And she loved them, and Janine loves them, and Gwen loves them. I've never tried them. I probably should. So, I'll put this on the floor. 1, 2, 3. Haha, 4. 4 boxes of these Chessman cookies. Thank you very, very much. Now I need to work out who they're from because why doesn't this tell me? Oh, it doesn't say anything apart from Goldie's Farm. So, whoever sent them, thank you so very much. That's much appreciated. Okay, now this I know is from Leslie. This box here. Because she told me. Didn't tell me what was in it though, so I just know it came from Leslie. And Leslie is one of our tender loving care group who comes down and works with the donkeys. Oh, Leslie, that is actually my favourite colour, believe it or not. I better check I've not done. Right, so this I know is from Leslie, and it is my very favourite. It's a hay net bag. Thank you, thank you, thank you. These are the easiest hay nets to fill in the whole wide world, and they last forever. So that's very much appreciated. Thank you, Leslie. Right, now I've made a right royal mess on the floor. Going to ignore that. Right, now I'm better going this way maybe. Okay, so I'm going to, glasses, I've got them. These are Nick's glasses. And as you can see, Noodles has eaten one of the legs. So every time you put them on your face, you have to be really careful not to take your eye out with that bit. Right, okay. Now I'm going back down this way, back down this way. Right, okay, back down here. So. It is Monday, good to know. Oh, look. Probably need to bring the tripod down, actually. Not to be trusted by myself. Rightio. So if you've got any questions about anything that happened over the weekend or anything that's happening this week, please feel free. Yeah, if I wrote them down, Jane, I would lose the passwords. That much I can tell you. I'm just at giving up stage. Yes, Penny is super. An Excel spreadsheet. I've heard of them. I have never created one. And there's absolutely no way I'm going to start now because I'm overwhelmed. Carlina's doing very well. I went in to see her on Saturday morning, or was it Sunday morning? I can't remember. Because I got the impassioned plea at 6:30. I really fancy a fried egg sandwich. I went, okay, obviously not doing that badly then. So I wandered down with her fried egg sandwich with a side of bacon and a cup of fresh coffee and a mango smoothie. So she is going. So I took it down to the ward and I walked in and I shouted through. She's got a door that's a big drape. So I shouted from behind the drape, Colleen, I've got your sandwich. And she said, you can come in. So I came in, I had a mask on because she's got COVID. And she's sitting there surrounded by a monitor, a TV screen, and she's watching both at the same time. And she was making a monkey fist, and she looked at me and she said, "What have you got?" I said, "Look, coffee." I said, "Mango smoothie." She went, "Ooh, good." And she said, "Did you bring my sandwich?" I said, "I did." I said, "With a side of bacon, because everything is better with bacon." So she said, "That's good." She said, "You better go now. I've got COVID." I was like, "Okay, that was me, out the door." So she's doing fine. Do you know, I've actually got a password manager, I think. And you know what? I'm struggling with that too. I know, it's awful. It's a bit embarrassing now. Now. Here we go. Yes, now, not being fully conversant who was on the farm before I got here, but I'm led to believe that was it Meat Chipper Steve or something like that? And it was roast beef ends, I think, that he cut up, and then they bagged and stored. So that's what that was for. Is that you?
It's me.
Did you bring that iPad, that tripody thing?
No, I didn't know how to bring that.
Okay, that's fine. So we're doing this. Look, do you want the chair? Oh, look at this nice bright color.
I need to leave Roger's tripod down here.
Yeah, I think it might still be in the desk. I don't think I brought it down.
In the cabin.
Yeah, in the desk, in the cabin. Don't move anything, this will fall over. Are those your gloves that have been to the quarantine barn?
I can't remember. Probably.
Right, well, you take them away from me. I was like clean. I don't think you did that with a very good attitude.
I just what do you want me to do?
Now you got dirty hands. Blech. I'm gonna have to spray him down with bleach. I'll sort him.
Or alternatively, I could just let you go to the farm and do it yourself.
Where would the fun be in that then?
Well, I would get to sit there and watch the pre-football as well as the football game.
You did that all weekend.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I didn't.
We watched football on Saturday and Sunday.
No, we watched some football on Saturday night and a very little bit of football on Sunday. I did not actually sit down and watch the football.
You mean there was more of it? Does it go on all day?
Football's like a full day event. Honestly.
So donkeys.
I've come to realise that, yeah. Don't know how.
They're a full life event.
Yeah, it's a full life event. You're not wrong there. Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh my goodness. No, I'm not. Carleen goes through a phase of making passwords with a very specific theme, changes them all, and then it all goes a bit haywire because it just does. And there's one bank of passwords that she changes on a daily basis. And so she used to write it down for me to tell me what she'd changed it to, and then she gave up. And then I gave up checking because I knew it was going to change the next day, the next day. So what she said was, the easiest way to do this, and this is totally Carleen, the easiest way to do this is if we have you know, sometimes you put in a phone for what do you call it when you retrieve your password? Is it just like a retrieval account? So my phone number she put in is the retrieval account. So what we used to do is she would change it in the morning, and she would send it to her email to be retrieved. That was her retrieval account. And then when I needed to go in and access it, I used to send the code to my retrieval account, which was the text number. So the pair of us were changing it at least twice a day.
But no, we do need to do this password manager thing for the important passwords. I agree.
Like most of them?
Yeah, no, just like for the ones that we all need to use to do farm business. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, but you know what? Ooh, look, I've done it now.
Yeah.
shouldn't really be touching this at all, should I? I'm not very good at this either.
Somebody was asking about the freezer, if it went to the dump, or does it still run?
No, it wasn't running. And what we discovered when Janine and I went into it during the week was that it didn't look like it had been on for quite some time, although it was still attached to an electrical circuit. So we had to take it off the electrical circuit. It wasn't, I presume it would not run as an efficient freezer because the mice must have got in somewhere and they had taken, there was a lot of plastic bags and things in it, and they'd taken the plastic bags and they'd made quite the little home for them. There was a lot of plastic boxing on the shelves, and there was the remnants of what I am presuming at some point in its former life had been meat, because it was like liquefied and very stinky. So Janine and I cleared that out. We took the shelving out as well, but I would presume that if the mice have got into what's supposed to be a watertight area, that it's not watertight any longer, which means that it will not be efficient as a freezer. So given that that was the case, and that, you know, it clearly hadn't been wanted elsewhere, we asked around to see if there was anybody that could use it. And there is a veteran that had use of it, and so our very helpful and extremely ingenious and strong veterans group from Middleton Legion came and removed it on their behalf. So it is on its way to a veteran, aided and abetted by the veterans from Middleton Legion. So that was very fortunate for us, because that was a very heavy, very cumbersome piece of machinery to move. So that's where it's gone. It's been repurposed for a veteran, because we felt that was appropriate. It had, to best of my knowledge, been donated to here. So I think it was important that we neither scrapped it nor, profited from it. So it didn't bring any money into Goldie's, but it was donated into the group that both Service Dog and Goldie's supports. So I think that was good.
It was donated to Caroline in the first instance, wasn't it?
Well, I think my understanding is that was the case, but the other, the property has been vacated, and whatever was left has been up to us to deal with. So it was there, we're dealing with it, and that we felt was a very appropriate way to go. So that's what we did. Have you got a question, Nick?
I'm just looking down the list here. Apparently there's a strong swell of opinion here that I should watch the football tonight.
Oh, for goodness sake!
I'm exaggerating. There was only one person.
Is that Joe? Did Joe say that?
No, it wasn't. It was, I'll tell you who
it better not be Hilda. I'll be having words with Hilda.
It was Karen Myers.
Karen Myers. Honestly, no help there.
But apparently we are awesome.
He has to come with me to Meredith because I can't really lift the hay bales at the moment. So he has to come.
And you would think she would treat me a bit nicer because of that, but no such luck. So charming and delightful, the two of us. Yes, that's right. Excuse me.
Are you mumbling? Are you
just
muttering?
Sorry. I find it, I don't perform well
under pressure.
You see?
Oh. Are you reading fast?
Request here for you to maybe do an occasional spot of writing once Caroline returns, yeah? Like the Donkey Diaries or something.
Well, you see, I did say to Janine that one of the things that, this is a basically a totally and utterly different organisation to what Caroline had before, and we do run on a different format. I can take glasses off if I'm not reading, can't I? Oh, right. Hang on while I readjust my eyes. Those are odd, those glasses.
You look sexy with them on, though, darling.
Those are my glasses.
I know, you've got my glasses on.
Oh, right, okay.
And I've got your glasses on.
Right,
Do
okay.
you want these ones?
No, because you don't want those ones. Those have got the chewed thing that take your eye out.
I know.
Happy noodles. So, anyway, so we were... One of the things that, you know, we started Goldie's really quickly. And it was a needs must and get going and keep storming on. And Goldie's really has a very different structure to what Carleen had run before. There she is!
Hey.
Are you coming? Gloves on the floor? That was
Those
Nick.
are mine.
That was Nick.
It was
It was an act of defiance, Janine.
Oh, okay.
yeah. I'm not allowed to. Don't put them near Elizabeth.
Not thinking of me, he's had them on in the
These are
quarantine
my
room.
infected
And I'm
dogs.
about to pick that up.
Okay, because
I just-
Rocky's coming in here.
All right, I'll do that just now then.
No, I'm not. You have to do it now. I'm just telling you.
Well, I was
Remind you that
do you know what
Rocky-
I was just saying to people? What was that question, Nick?
About what? Oh, the question was about whether or not you would consider doing some regular writing once Carleen returns to do the Daily Doggy.
I was trying to explain to people that this is a very different setup to what Carleen had before, and that we're still feeling our way, and that we're still working out what we're going to do. Because I think one of the things that Carleen has a tremendous handle on is her Daily Doggy.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure she's gonna.
ow,
Yeah.
but
I think
Sorry.
in the middle of the day.
I'm just trying to feed.
I was just having a conversation.
Yeah, no.
You know, I like to chat. Okay. And so I was just thinking that I would probably write something more along the donkey side of life.
Yes, because you're a dog.
'Cause I'm a
she's
donkey.
Dog. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll sort all
We'll sort it
that out.
out. So, but we'll get it all
I'm
worked
just
out.
a little overwhelmed today with the cleanup. Okay. I've been cleaning up.
Cleaning don't speak to me because it gives me palpitations.
Yeah, it's giving me
I mean,
palpitations. It's like it's never gonna end.
Guess what Janine's been doing?
Painting, scrubbing, cleaning, throwing stuff into the trash. Painting, scrubbing, cleaning.
You
throwing.
just need to do some washing and drying, and then you've got the
She
full
did all.
habit.
She did all that without swearing once.
Yeah, so I'm just a little overwhelmed.
That's
I have to
why.
be someplace at 6 o'clock. So.
Right, you go. That's going to be a nice thing to do that you're going to. So that'll be good.
Okay, so.
We'll make sure the place doesn't have things lying around. Don't worry.
Apart from
Yeah.
dogs.
I'll leave the dogs out of. We should call this the porch over there. Yeah. I'll leave them up there.
Okay, and then I'll just let them in.
As soon as you let them in, they're going to be in your face.
I know.
They're bad, evil dogs.
Bad evil dogs. I didn't say that. I see you later. Have fun. So what we'll do is we'll get ourselves. I think we'll probably.
2 more mouths to feed and I'm done for tonight.
Okay. I don't want anything much. I'm not that hungry. So what we'll do is moving forward, it will all change again, but it won't change in a way that things will be taken away. It will change in that we'll add things in. We've got people who are going to come in and help us with our online offering, which takes a lot of pressure off poor Janine. Better take some pressure off me because I'm struggling. And in that way, what will happen is there will be more information comes out, and it will come out in a different structure. And that's just something that will naturally evolve. It's not something that we're going to remove. It's just things that we're going to put in place.
So that was a long roundabout way of saying yes. We probably will still write something. Yes.
Okay. Oh, hi, Sissy.
Sizzle, you're going the other way. You go to the other house.
Yeah, you don't have to come down here.
I throw food all over the floor.
And so you can get out the door.
No, so that she doesn't eat so fast. Come on, Sizzle.
All right, okay.
Sizzle, dinner's upstairs. Okay.
There we go.
Just slow her down. Marky, here.
Did you move my camera?
Well, I was just showing them the dogs. So late request to have that big freezer thing dropped off in Lynn's front yard. Yeah. No.
I thought you were going to say in Lynn, and I'm like, there's no way we can move it from where it's gone to Lynn.
I think we're too late to do that. It's actually
late.
gone to somebody who's going to use it, I think,
Yeah.
for storing something. in it.
Whatever you store in it.
Yeah.
So it's gone to a highly appropriate place, and so that's good. Right,
Yeah.
hit me with it.
It's repeated. They're asking about hay bags and what they're for.
Oh, for feeding the hay, and they're all the hay bags that you see in the stalls on the camera. And so they look like this. Ta-da! And they hang up like this with these. But they're wonderful because you open them like that, and there's metal in there, so it holds them open. So when you're stuffing them, they don't collapse on you.
I tell you, and if you're looking for some arm workout, it's actually a pretty good exercise.
It is.
It's pretty hard work to fill those things.
And I'll tell you who is the most expert hay bag stuffer that I've ever come across, because he gets hay right down into each corner and then he crams them full.
Who's that?
Mike.
Mike, yeah.
I have never seen anyone, particularly someone who's not horsey, with hay bag stuffing skills like Mike. He just stands there and he's like a machine in the corners, stuff, overflowing, closes it.
Wow.
Job done.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, but you just need to practice. You'll be fine.
Okay, yeah. Why have Larky and Penny been staying in the HQ office?
Because Wanda is up with Sizzle, and Larky and Penny have a very similar energy level. Penny, as you know, has used Wanda like a bowling ball. Wanda is very tolerant of Penny until she's not. And what they have down here is very similar to what they're going to be using in the White House. And they will have a dog door. So they've got a dog door here that they go out into the paddock and they go to the toilet. We now have Penny reliably going to the bathroom outside, which is not what she was doing in the cabin. So when Carleen comes back, in order to be fully prepared, not just with her living space, we want to have the dogs set up so that they are very familiar with, because remember, Penny has never had a dog door before. Because she's always been in the cabin. So this is just something that we wanted to put in place, get her used to being settled at night time. If she needs to go to the bathroom during the night, she takes herself out the dog door and then she comes back in. It means that when Carleen's back, it's all going to be set up for her, and we shouldn't be, having Carleen waking up in the middle of the night and saying, the dogs have gone to the toilet. Because the problem you have is when one dog goes, I'm sure everybody knows, the other ones go, well, she went there. It's looking chilly outside. I better just help her out, and then you flood the place. So the good thing is that what we've managed to do is get her trained to use the dog door and go outside. And we're really hoping Carleen is going to be home in the next week to 2 weeks. And from that point of view, we're ahead of the game. And that was important to us, because it's going to take a lot of pressure off Carleen walking into that building and her animals and herself settle in and get all accommodated. So to get the dogs, including Larky, who is not very good with a dog door, it's important to get that sorted. And Sizzle and Wanda, they're kept out of the way because Sizzle doesn't like being bothered by the puppy when she's trying to sleep. And so I think it's nicer for Sizzle to be in the cabin and Wanda, and it keeps everybody, they come together during the day, but it definitely means that they're functioning as should be overnight.
Okay. I am not sure if you are aware of this, but apparently Roger Reed loves Wanda.
No!
He does. He loves Wanda.
Well, Roger Reed will be wrestling me for Wanda because she's actually my buddy. And I'll not be having any of that nonsense because she loves me more. Sorry.
Just in case you were in any doubt about that, Roger loves Wanda. Okay?
Yes, well.
We got that one.
I'm not sure about that.
Where has Wanda been? I miss her. She's been around. She just... she's not really been in here, though, has she?
No.
No.
I don't think she likes it in here. And you know what it probably is? It's probably the remnants of the other dogs that have been in here.
Yeah. There's a kind of still odd smell a little bit in here.
Just a touch.
Folks were asking what we were doing with all the old wooden dog feeders the ones that they used to line up all the dogs. I think they were in pretty bad condition. Yeah.
Yeah, they were. What we had hoped to do was to have the goats use them, but we didn't think that they were going to withstand goat barrage. So we actually took them apart, and they're in the trailer to go to the dump. There were so many of them. There's also what we found they'd left in the arena that we're hoping to repurpose. Will shore up the joints. There's a big A-frame for dog agility. So it's this shape, wood, this shape, and it's got struts across it, so the dogs get grip to go up and over. So we're going to use that when we start bringing the dogs in for agility. I think the rabbits could probably do it too. And
as long as you're not planning on doing husband agility, you're okay. Or wife agility, for that matter.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening. We're fine. So there's that, and then there's a sort of channel that we've got that we can put dogs through. It's not a tunnel, but it's a channel. So there's that, and what else was it? Then there's a large table, but it's not, it's like a half height table. And so what that means is we can have the dogs walk along the top of that, and then I think we'll develop other bits and pieces. I'd like to do chicane work, like pole work, where they weave in and out of the poles. So there's lots of things that we really want to do in there, but we want them to be, they're going to have to, Wallace is coming. Wallace is fixing up the barn, as you know. So it has to be very portable in that we can't have the horses going round about it. So that's something that we'll have to take into account. And anyway, let's face it, the donkeys have taken over the arena, because every time I go to the arena, I have to go and tell the donkeys just to get out the door. It's hysterical, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like party time in the arena.
It is. It's
every
like,
night.
It's like the naughty boy.
They've gone to bed. Let's head to the arena.
They do. They just disappear off. And it's the same blinking donkeys every time. And you come through
the boy
there.
Donkeys.
It's the boy donkeys. Well, Lucy goes too. It's the boy donkeys. And honestly, you open that door to the arena, and because you've got headlamps on, all you see is these glowing eyes that suddenly turn around and go, "What you want?" I'm like, seriously? So before we do anything in there every morning, we have to clear out the donkey poo. But they're having a great time.
Yep. So this is a common issue being raised by JMG Green, which is when you click through on the Goldie's Farm website to look at the live cams, you land on a page, the video is not available.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they are actually available. The problem we have is that we haven't figured out yet how to dynamically update that link so it's always pointing to the right video feed. Yeah. Because sometimes the camera goes down, etc. When there's a power outage or internet down or something. Doesn't happen as much as it used to, but it does happen. And what happens is then that link that's on the website, it still goes to Goldie's Farm on YouTube, but it doesn't go to the right place. Yeah? Is that right?
Oh my gosh, you're asking me.
Yeah. Anyway,
yes.
What because I struggle with this too, because I click through and it's not as easy as just saving a bookmark or anything. What I normally do is when I get to the Goldie's Farm page where it says it's not available, below that video feed, there's normally, it says this is the Goldie's Farm page, or it says this is the
Crazy Acres
page or something. I can't remember. You click on that, and then you'll see all the feeds that are available, and one of them should be a live feed, and you should be able to click through that way. That's the only way I can help at the moment.
So basically what we're going to have to do is get it one click, because there's no way, I mean, personally, if I have to click things and go searching for them, it ain't happening for me. So I would think that what we'll have to do is
the other thing is once you have found the correct live feed, subscribe to the channel to make sure that it's always in your subscriptions within YouTube, and therefore you can always just go to subscriptions and then click through, and you should be able to find it no problem. So
is that what you do?
There's other solutions that folks are posting in the chat, But I mean, the solution we want to get to is that link is always correct, so that you click on the Donkey Cam, it takes you to the current Donkey Cam live feed, and you've got no more to do, because it is a problem. And as I said, I consider myself quite technically able, but even sometimes I have difficulty finding it. So
I am also technically able, and I struggle too.
How is Woody?
Woody is having daily antibiotics, and he is having painkillers on a daily basis. And then he's looking good. He's in very good spirits, and he's eating, pooping and peeing. He has had a bit of an altercation with another donkey, and is, from lack of a better word, missing half his scrotum. The other half of the scrotum, I think, is probably in the other donkey's tummy. And whoever tells you that they are herbivores, we're clearly lying, because we've got one that has taken a chunk out of him, and is slowly but surely digesting it. So he has been thoroughly sterilised. He has had antibiotic lotion very carefully massaged into his damaged area, and we're making sure that he is being protected from the outside, from any infection coming in through the open gash, and from the inside by using antibiotics. He's also on non-steroidal painkillers, which will help with any swelling, and will also just help him be more comfortable. But we're keeping him moving. We're making sure that he's examined once a day. I examine him before 12 o'clock every day. He has to have his medication before 12, and we're just keeping a really good eye on him. He's also wearing a very nice new coat. Yeah,
Roger commented that Woody can't be a daddy, but to be clear, he couldn't be a daddy prior to this injury anyway.
He was actually gelded, so it's really just a big lump of skin that whichever little stinker has had a chomp on. The other thing is, somebody asked me about the leg straps, and I had the leg straps deliberately set far down his legs, because the last thing I wanted was the buckle on they're fully elasticated, the leg straps on the jacket, and the reason they were hanging so low was because I didn't want them coming up and aggravating the area that was open skin. So that's why they were down so low. But Janine just wicked them right off.
Yeah, and yes, he is the one with the blanket, Fernanda.
Yes.
JMG Green, who was asking about the video feeds, says he's technically challenged too, just like you and I. So you're not alone. I think you're in good company. Yeah. Yeah, that's Woody. There was something I missed up here.
Was it a really tricky question?
They wanted to see Larky. There he is.
Larky. He's like, you can't come in yet until I clean up the floor. You know why? Oh, Larky. Larky wants to come in for a cuddle.
Larky?
He wants cuddled. Did you burp? Excuse you, young man. Larky and his sidekick. I know, darling. We're going to have cuddles in a minute. I know, it'll be fine. Okay, he's a good boy. He's singing the song of his people. He's lovely. And we need to clean up the floor before he comes in. Otherwise, we will have a problem, because he's a bit of a scavenger, is our Larky. Right.
I think that's it. I don't see anything else.
Okay.
For today. Lots of suggestions on the video thing. Worth checking out. If anyone else has problems, just find what works for you. But we will.
Because we can't.
We will eventually get it sorted out. We will. so that it's that simple.
But we do, and I'm hoping that this mail chat was actually quite smooth for people, because we do now fortunately have internet connection in this building and in the barn. So that means that we can probably take videos in the barn, probably do live feed in the barn, which will be good when Carleen goes into the creative corners. So that's absolutely fantastic. So thank you for doing that.
Doing what?
Putting the bridgey thing in.
Oh yeah. Did you connect the phone to it tonight?
I had to, because it doesn't work down here.
Right. So I think nobody said anything about there being any problems, so it seems to be working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Said the video was perfect tonight.
Oh!
If you want to fill in a review an official review on YouTube, that would be wonderful.
Oh dear.
That's good. One last question, which was somebody was asking if we need bedding for humans, for visitors who come to stay. I don't think we do we?
Well, so that's actually a very interesting question. I hadn't thought of that.
I mean, they should be okay with a bit of hay and some shavings, shouldn't they?
Yeah, what else are we supposed to offer? We're a farm. Well, that's actually a very good point, because Fugan has sent us this really nice futon pad for the futon that's in here. And it is still in the box. And the reason it's still in the box is because as soon as I put it out, I'm going to have the dogs on it. And while it's not really a problem having the dogs on it, because we can wash everything, Penny does have a little bit of a chewing habit. So I would rather keep that until this is a more dog-free area. And as I've already mentioned, the dogs are going over into the laundry building, which is now the White House, once Carleen returns. So this is a temporary measure for the dogs. It may actually be useful, and I would actually reach out to Janine to see what she's got in storage, because there will be space in here, but there's also space in the what's that thing in our driveway?
The
RV.
the RV and the Airstream and the...
Yeah, so there are spaces, and so the answer to that is I would reach out to Janine, because I don't know.
I think I would hold on it at the moment.
Do you know what we don't have?
Yeah.
It's pillows.
Yeah.
Because remember, we had to bring all the pillows out of our house. Did you know we did that?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
And
I'm all for just getting stuff out of my house, though, so I'm not really caring, to be honest. I don't think we've got any imminent visitors anyway, have we?
no, Mary's going to come back.
She brings her own stuff normally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I would just pause on that until a later date.
Or speak with
revisit or speak to Janine. Part of the reason I think Janine was kind of looking stressed earlier is just trying to deal with so many different things at the moment.
Yeah.
And
the sheer enormity. Yeah. I was speaking with Jane today, and the sheer enormity of what we're still getting rid of, that believe it or not is not ours, which is surprising, because we have our own collection of useless items that are now actually becoming useless items, which, you hold on to them long enough, sometimes if you don't use them, they do become rather redundant. The last conversation I had with Carleen, believe it or not, and I thought it was on a mail chat, and I'm hoping somebody can jog my memory, was that Building 25, which we'd taken so long to collate all her bits and pieces that were going to be used at some point. I'm sure she said in one mail chat, you just need to empty it, because I'm never going to use the stuff. I haven't used it in over a year and it just needs to go. So if anyone remembers that, please let me know, because I was sure, and I said to Janine, and Janine said, are you sure? And I'm like, well, I thought she said that. And I think Janine said, that's very unlike my mother. But I think she just got to the stage where there's a lot of stuff that's still to come out of the bedroom in the cabin, so she's probably worried about where it's going to go. So from that point of view, I think we're looking at, there's been a tremendous amount of bits and pieces that are still going. That dumpster that goes every week is absolutely full, and we haven't put our stuff in it yet. We've got a dump trailers going back and forwards, so it's a lot of work. But everybody always says it's good to have a good clear out, so we're having a very good clear out. It's just going to take us time.
Sorry, one other question. Every time we answer one, we get another one. There seems to be a lot of issues with constant contact. Is there any plan to change that? Or I think there is, but it's, again, I think it's trying to get the time to...
So the issue with constant contact, and I've had lots of different comments about constant contact, is that, first of all, I didn't change anything. I slipped in to do, I was asked by Carleen to continue doing the daily doggy to make sure that went out on a regular basis, because obviously she's concerned that she's for years has reached all these people, and to all of a sudden stop it is not really what she wanted. So I have stepped into her shoes, basically. It's not mine, it's Carleen's, and I have been very reticent to change anything. And from that point of view, I now know why Carleen used to swear every morning at the computer. So there. Constant contact seems to have, I don't know whether or not it's the way that form of communication. AOL didn't work for me this morning. It kept rejecting the internet, and everything else was working. Don't understand what happened with that, but I don't know if it was glitchy. I've never had a problem with AOL. So constant contact, I'm not sure if it's the way Carleen has set the page up. Some days I can upload pictures onto it, other days it just won't let me touch them. So I have spoken with, is Ava back in the car? Because I think there's boxes in the car. I think that's what Fugan's looking for.
Yeah, she's back, yeah.
Could you run really quick and grab those boxes? They're in the front seat.
In the front seat?
Of the car, yeah. Fugan, he's going to go and get the boxes. So I think the problem with constant contact is... No, because there's stuff on the floor. I think the problem with constant contact is I'm not 100% sure how it was set up originally, and it does odd things. Sometimes you're writing in a very tabulated form in like column format, and then the next day you can get it all the way over. Sometimes I have to completely and utterly remove the photo boxes and then try and reinstate them, and if I try and repeat the same process the next day, it doesn't like speaking to me. It keeps giving me a wee purple line. I'm like, what's this? So it is a bit frustrating, but I'm not 100% sure that it isn't because of the way it was set up originally. So I will be speaking with Brittany, and I've said to Brittany, I really don't want to change what Carleen has, but I would very much like to hand it back to her in a format where she can do whatever she wants, and it's really straightforward and streamlined. So that's what I'm aiming to do. So constant contact is it's not really my friend, and there are some days it takes me half an hour to negotiate with it, and I don't know what I'm doing to it, but it obviously takes great offence some days, and other days it just does what it's told. So but it's a steep learning curve. It's like I said in the Daily Doggy today, I used to be able to do all these things when we first started, internet was, brand new and so exciting. And, you were so lucky because, you gave your email address to your friend so she could say hi. And you'd be like, I got an email. It says hi. But you know what? It was modern technology. And now modern technology is super advanced. I haven't kept up, and it's a very steep learning curve. I think, unfortunately, it's you learn better at things that you're actually interested in. I read things. I do read things on computers. I just don't really have the interest in working out the inner gubbins and workings of computers. But I think I'm going to have to get more than just a very basic knowledge, because it needs to be sorted out. It needs, people to be able to have access. I can't get on the electronic calendar, and when people say to me, so do you know what's on the calendar for this week? And I'm like, absolutely not. And I think it's because I don't actually have a laptop, nor do I have a computer. And I think whatever way the electronic calendar that has all the diary dates, all the visit dates, the way it's set up is that it works on a computer, but it doesn't like my iPad or my iPhone. So I'm very much shooting in the dark. So these are all little glitches. There's nothing desperately awful, but they're just little things that we need to be able to catch a breath and get on top of and really work out how best to accommodate them. So that's what we're aiming for. I still don't like computers, but we'll get there. I think we might all be in it together. Right, now, hang on a minute. Now, oh my gosh, where did he get to? Oh, you want a peek at the White House? No. Yes, but there's paint cans everywhere at the moment, so we'll go in maybe tomorrow once it's dried. I've already been into the area that Janine was painting, and I thought she was putting up polyurethane, and I put my hand on the door and I came back with white fingers, and I was like, oh. I said, Janine, I've smudged your paint, and then I got put out. So we need to be careful. Now, let me see. So we will have a peek at the White House, and it is becoming whiter. Now, here we go. Sheets, pillows, blankets, towels. Yes. All the football he wants. We're busy, Dawn. No time for football. So I think I did speak with one of the questions I did ask Chris of Brittany was there a better option than Constant Contact, and she said they're all pretty much the same. They've all got pros and cons, and so there's no point really switching away from the one that we use at the moment. So we're sticking with that at the moment. Substack, yes, I do sometimes read people on Substack. I'm not sure. That's obviously far too. I would speak with Brittany about that, because she's got far more experience using all these different platforms than I certainly do. Yes, anybody coming here brings sleeping bags. I think that sounds like a really good plan. Oh. Yes, we've got a lot to sort. It's just, it's a problem with more space. You find things to put in them, and things to move around, and things to do, and it is very time consuming. Oh, here he comes. Did you find them? No. Oh, is that it on there?
What?
I think they were put in the corner. See, those boxes are up there, and that one there. I wonder if that's it as well. Hold on one seckie. Oh, thank you. Here's one from Fugan. Hold on one sec.
Who's that from?
Fugan.
I don't know where this is.
What does that say on it? Is it? I shall use my new one. Oh, this is what
Canning jars.
Oh, they're mine. Canning jars, because I'm so into canning, not. I wouldn't know how to can anything if it hit me in the face.
Oh, this is from Freedom too.
Oh. Oh my. Ah. Hee hee hee. Ta-da! Hershey's! These, she said, are to stay in the HQ as snacks, and I am very grateful for those. Thank you very much. Right. Watch your fingers. Oh. Oh, I see. So, these are Janine's favourites. Thank you very much. And look, this is great. Can you lift those out for me? That finger doesn't work. Oh, plastic storage boxes. And those, I presume, I'm hoping, are going on our shelving unit, which I'm just about to build. Thank you very much. That's very helpful. And I think I might have to keep my chocolate bars and my Reese's Pieces bars in these as well. There we go. Thank you, that's much appreciated. Oh, there we are. They were in the corner.
There's a box under there.
Has that box been opened?
I think.
See, the problem is we're putting things away in boxes, and some people bring things down from the mail hut, and then they get put places, and then we're getting a bit tied up in knots. It's a bit horrific. But thank you so very much. That's much appreciated. Right. Okay. So that's us. We're all sorted for the evening. Thank you very much for joining us. And somebody will be back tomorrow. Was it? It's Tuesday tomorrow.